Welcome back to the Legend of Heroes Trails for Daybreak, where today we just want to take a look around what the people are saying, maybe read the newspaper, go a bit shopping, stuff like that. No quests or anything. Good. Theo. Theo? What are you doing here? Oh, don't tell me.
Currently executing Paulette's request to dry laundry. Is the laundry satisfactorily dry?
Yep, this looks good. Thank you, Theo.
Aha, good. This mission log will be added to training datasets.
Man, it's scary how capable this thing is. How did it learn so much?
Mission accomplished, now reporting to Paulette. Zeros is currently carrying out another mission outside.
Okay.
I finished filing the new documents, so I took the liberty of refactoring your computer in my spare time. The Kitty engine was updated as well. I've installed a new revision for you. The Kitty engine? Never heard of that. What exactly is it? It is an independent search engine which allows access to the dark web in a safe and controlled environment. Its creator remains unknown, though with its name comes speculation that it was created by the infamous black hat hacker Kitty. Does sound fishy, but I've used it a fair bit and it works just as advertised. Actually, I've used it before too. Ren recommended it to me if I recall. Ah, that would make a lot of sense actually. Maybe I should give it a look later. Learning how to use that would be a valuable skill. Rumors allege that Kitty was also involved in the creation of a social media aggregator that we use. It's proven quite useful, potential origin notwithstanding. As always, I will collect and forward any relevant information I find. Report.
Those are impressive results.
Radio? What does radio say?
And now for the latest news from our news desk. Hope you're having a good one, listeners. Today's news briefing comes to us straight from the Tyrell Times. Crowds are descending upon Edith as the city prepares for the 108th Revolution Festival taking place next month. It's shaping up to be a grand one, with rumors stating it will be helmed by a prominent director offered up by the presidential office. And now for a weather update.
Here are the latest forecasts for regions throughout the Republic. Last week's rough weather has cleared away completely, bringing atmospheric stability to the Edith metropolitan area. Northwest Vichy County is also in for good weather as its Harvest Festival draws near, and what's expected to have a bumper crop.
That's all the weather news we have. Time for a traffic update around the Edith metropolitan area.
Yes, these are the most recent reports on the road courtesy of the Calvert Roadway Information Center. It's Autumn Traffic Safety Week, and it looks like everyone is being extra mindful of the rules of the road for it. No accidents or traffic jams have been reported along any of Edith's roads or the expressway. Rail lines and flights are also operating as normal.
And during one of a bonding events, they mentioned it actually was an accident. So, who cares, right?
Thanks for the update. Edith Radio Network.
Ah, speak up, Missy. You want me to teach? What was it? Yes, please. I'm looking for a guest teacher for the history lessons, and I think you'd make a wonderful lecturer. All the other elders in the neighborhood directed me to you. They said you would be the best for the job. Those backstabbing little... Look, I ain't some show pony you can parade around to keep kids busy. Leave me alone, damn it. But, no, that's not what I meant. I mean, what's the harm anyway? What's the harm? What's the harm? Ask my privacy. They seem quite animated today. Just ignore them. We don't need to hit up Gin's shop right now anyway. If you ever need guidance or anything at all, then please reach out to me. I'll help as best as I can. Why don't you do something about it, Wang? I have a hard grandma. Just tell them some stories from back in the day or something. You like watching me suffer, don't you? You keep laughing I ain't selling your candy no more. I can't help but feel like we secretly don't mind each other. Vitriol is a funny thing.
Quit dawdling and buy something.
Dark grape candy.
Here are the latest forecasts for regions throughout the Republic. Last week's rough weather has cleared away completely.
Stay out of trouble now.
What's next?
Yeah. Tyrell times. Society. Explosive spread of terrorism in Basel. University professor found dead. The full picture of a destructive outcome of a large-scale simultaneous terror attack on Basel and Anchorville, which occurred on October 24th, is becoming clearer and clearer since the presidential executive order was lifted. As soon as the order was lifted, the Verne Company and Basel authorities released statements regarding the damage and the road to recovery. According to the reports, infrastructure installations such as the generators and communication networks damaged in the attack are more or less back up and running. However, several factories hit by the attack have not yet been able to resume operations. Perhaps most shocking was the announcement of the death of David Callaghan, professor of engineering science at the Basel Institute of Science. He was known for making great contribution to the development of weaponry for the Republican Army under the previous administration, and many government officials were unable to hide their shock at his death. It was easy to see the influence Professor Callaghan had during his life from the large number of officials from the previous presidential administration and Republican Party who attended his funeral services. Senator Polanski of the Republican Party said to him, "He took a different approach to things than Professor Hamilton in his contribution to the technological advancement of the Republic, and those contributions have formed the very basis of our country's modern heavy industries." Professor Callaghan's body was found on the outskirts of town and the cause of death given was drowning, making some speculate that he was targeted personally for a cause unrelated to the terrorist attack. One must wonder if his research, which we will discuss later in the article, was the reason he was targeted. We can only hope that the authorities uncover the truth and release a full statement quickly. Before his death, Professor Callaghan was researching a revolutionary new method for energy extraction. Parts of his project are now being carried on by Professor Young Cronkite, one of Professor Callaghan's colleagues at the Institute, as well as Professor Latoya Hamilton, who is temporarily back in the country. It appears that stock prices for the Verne Company, which had fallen temporarily due to the terrorist attack, have begun to rise again thanks to the progress on his research. Some believe this special research may have caused Professor Callaghan to be caught up in this incident. However, the authorities in the Institute have said nothing about any possible link. Anchorville, which was hit at the same time as Basel with terrorist bombings and arson, saw immense damage to its transit and logistic infrastructure. Repair efforts are still ongoing. Government officials are speculating that the Anchorville attack was merely a distraction to draw eyes away from the main attack in Basel. Incidentally, the Eaton News Network, a local Anchorville media company, was also hit by arson during the attack, and several of their reporters were seriously injured. Despite being damaged as part of the attack, the Eaton News Network was the first outlet to report on it, garnering praise from many who were impressed by the dedication of their reporters. We here at the Tyrell Times have the utmost respect for their dedication as fellow news media presenters, and we pray for their swift recovery. Special: an interview with Professor Hamilton, currently visiting Calvert. We're here with Professor Latoya Hamilton, known as the mother of the Orbital Revolution in the Republic. It has been 3 long years since Professor Hamilton was last in Calvert due to her involvement in on-site surveys of the environmental phenomena plaguing the eastern part of the continent. The Tyrell Times was able to arrange for a quick interview while she was here. We hope to get her unique perspective on current technological developments, as well as her outlook for the future. What do you think of the rapid technological development we have been seeing the last few years? We've seen extremely rapid progress, especially in the field of information technology, compared to back when I was an advisor at the Verne Company. I believe information and computing technology will be especially beneficial to our lives, and could aid with things such as the development of remote locations. On the other hand, at the speed we are developing, I think at some point technology will begin to control us, rather than the other way around. To safely sustain rapid growth like this, we must ensure that we truly understand the new technology and are keeping it under our control. One could say it's dangerous to base our thinking about new technological developments on their pace alone. Do you think orbital technology will evolve in the future? Looking at the current trends, I think we'll see more automation of machinery, but the development that will change the world would be the creation of a global-scale orbital network. At the moment, orbital networks are concentrated mainly in major developed cities. However, we are seeing more and more cities being added to the network, and connected cities are actively communicating with each other. In theory, if we were able to set up a network of relay airships and create an international standard for orbital waves, we could see a future we could connect to the orbital network from anywhere at any time. If we can do that, people from all over the world, including those who have been excluded from the current advances in technology, will be able to enjoy all the benefits of our information age equally. Of course, while we look forward to this future, we can't forget that this will also bring the risks inherent in new technologies to a global scale. What have you found regarding the environmental issues in the eastern part of the continent? Well, first of all, it's an ongoing investigation, but if everything goes according to plan, I'll be returning there sometime this year. Though the root cause is still unclear, the desertification of the eastern part of the continent is due to the septium veins in the area drying up. We need to keep in mind that it's completely different from natural environmental formations like the deserts of the Central East. We also can't forget that there are still people and various cultures living in the East. It pains my heart that they are living their lives in fear, witnessing the desertification claim more and more of their land. We need to throw all the wisdom and technology we have at this problem to protect the future of not only those in the East, but the people of the West as well. What do you see in the future for the Institute of Science and Verne Company? I think at the moment many of us are overwhelmed with sorrow at the sudden passing of Professor Callaghan. I'm quite distraught that I was out of the country and unable to respond in time to the incident. However, seeing how fast the professors and students are getting back on their feet after this loss has made me realize everyone has grown stronger than I was last there. I will of course be making myself available while I'm here for a consultation to aid in their recovery efforts. I believe that going forward, if we band together and cultivate our wisdom and personal convictions, we will be able to overcome any hurdle that faces us. And with that, this concludes our interview with Professor Latoya Hamilton. Entertainment. Lexcel Talent Agency voices protest. The Lexcel Talent Agency, home of famed actress Judith Lanster, issued a strong statement of protest against the gossip magazine Buzz Radar, including language indicating they were considering a lawsuit. The cause of his protest was a scandalous article in Buzz Radar regarding Judith Lanster and famous Z1 racer Maxime Red Comet Lugan. In response, Lexcel clearly denied any relationship between Miss Lanster and Mr. Lugan, issuing the aforementioned statement of protest and inviting a meeting between the two companies' legal counsel. Buzz Radar has made countless headlines with flagrant disregard for the privacy of celebrities, acting as the worst kind of paparazzi, and publishing unsubstantiated claims in their sensationalist articles. However, it appears this time, Buzz Radar has broken the proverbial line by crossing the Lexcel Talent Agency. Lexcel has powerful connections all across the movie and fashion industry and could be said to be on a completely different level from Buzz Radar. Seems this time the gossip magazine has finally bitten off more than they can chew. Economy. Financial gurus speak to young investors. Though he is known as the financial guru for running one of the top 5 financial institutions in Lemuria, showing consistent results from year to year, CEO Walter Huckberry seems content to live out a simple life in Edith's old town, where he was born and raised. Residents there are quite fond of his haughty attitude. Recently he has been sounding the alarm for the rising generation of young investors, warning them of the dangers they face using his tried and true Huckberry philosophy. This self-made philosophy is one of solid, steady growth, so he has seen some danger in the way certain young investors, spurred on by the current unprecedented financial boom, are throwing their money haphazardly at any new and attractive venture. Through the years, he has taken the time to investigate his ventures, investing in those that may not have had the biggest dividends in the short term, but have had solid prospects that paid off in the long run. The success of his company is proof of a proverb: slow and steady wins the race. Mr. Huckberry describes young investors who gamble on every venture they see as being swept along by the current while missing their chance to climb up on the shore. He added that investors need to be able to read the flow of the economy and use it as a guideline rather than allowing it to swallow them up. Exactly the kind of advice the financial world has come to expect from its wise sage. It's clear the boom of the new industries and financial growth in Calvert is going to continue, so young investors would be wise to keep the guru's advice tucked away in their hearts, just who knows what new paths it may reveal to you. Advertisement. Grand opening of Western Department Store's rooftop terrace. A brand new way to relax has been unveiled in Edith's Western Department Store. After a large-scale renovation, we're pleased to announce that our massive rooftop space has now been converted into a relaxing park where shoppers can enjoy a majestic view and a refreshing rooftop breeze. Want to get off your feet for a bit in the middle of your shopping? Why not relax while watching the hustle and bustle on the streets below? The terrace also includes a restaurant, the perfect place to refresh yourself and enjoy a quick bite to eat. We also have plans to set up a small stage area on the wide rooftop where visitors can enjoy performances by entertainers and musicians. And that's just one of our many plans for a rooftop space. Everyone should keep their eyes on it to see what's coming up. Next time you're at the Western Department Store, make sure to swing by our new rooftop space. It's been quite some time since I sat down and had lunch in Montmartre. I grew up together with Paulette and my husband right here in Old Town, so seeing Sheena and Mark having fun together makes me a bit nostalgic for my own younger days.
Alrighty.
I was thinking I'd take it easy with my wife today. Hope Hawker's holding up okay at work. He should be home soon, but the man's a workaholic through and through. Who knows what he's dealing with over there? He's been taking care of himself and his kid better since the divorce, though. It was like a wake-up call for him. Yumi just can't get enough of Zeros. We're still outside playing with the other kids. I hope that's not a problem, Katrin. Oh no, it's perfectly fine. I'm sure you get some interesting data for the trouble. I don't believe Zeros has interacted with a group of children at once before. It's always good to broaden his horizons like that. I see, I'm glad she's being helpful at any rate. Theo's always helping me out too, so I have to reward them later. Well, thank you very much. Man, I have no idea how to approach her. She's quite a presence, doesn't she? No drone can quite match her. Yumi should be home soon, but time flies when she's having fun. I wouldn't be surprised if she runs a little late. Not that there's anything wrong with that, of course. Yo, helping out in the kitchen today? Yep, Rosette and Agnes handle office work, so I figured I'd cover the kitchen. It's nice to learn more about the Western-style cuisine while I'm at it. Right now, they have me doing garnishes and stuff, starting simple of course. Quick learner, Pops can be quite strict about it though, so be careful. Well, I used to help Umi a lot back home, though all I ever made was rations, feels like. I wanna get good at Western cooking so I can go back home and make something real nice for everyone. Thinking back, there was just so much new stuff I had to get used to when I came to the city. But I think I got my head wrapped around it now. Even the cooking is really cool. I did train at a restaurant for the record. I'm not self-taught, just racked up a lot of experience over the years. I don't want to force this on Paulette and Yumi though. I figure I'd change it up when I retire, remodel it into something they might like more, a cafe perhaps. Consider this advance notice. When that time comes, I'm gonna need a certain slacker upstairs to pitch in. You're really gonna try to stick that on my rent? Huh, depends of course. Have mercy on my wallet, I beg you. I didn't realize he actually had savings. Hopefully he can keep them. Man is the type who lives for his hobbies. If his rent gets raised. Not like I can go home anyway, unless I want to deal with her. But I ain't got anything left on me. What am I supposed to do? You? Can you just leave me alone, you pricks? He really can stand to be more honest with himself. Hey, word of advice. Don't touch my car if you want to keep your kneecaps. Ideas alive, you're glaring at him like just kick the puppy. Goodness, who could have imagined he'd find himself with Judith? As a fan of both, I'm rather conflicted. Judith has this charismatic aura about her, and then Maxime is just a total charmer. But together, I just don't see it myself. It seems the rumors are making the rounds already.
Why, hello.
I heard Eddie left the gang he was roaming around with. That's a good start. But he's still dinking around Adios knows where. Just what is that boy up to? Next time I see him, I'm gonna screw that head off his back on straight. That doesn't really motivate him to come home, does it? Not much we can do but be an ear for their troubles.
Looking is always free, you know. Come back for more anytime.
Kids are always so full of energy.
We're taking turns giving head pats. But when Sheena's turn came, she got really excited and kind of freaked out. I've never seen her like that before. Wow, this is so cool. Can I really play with him? Hey, no fair, Yumi. Why didn't you tell me sooner? Kid's getting himself all worked up. That sounds like. Just can't handle himself. I wasn't expecting my assistant to prove so popular with children. Not in her mind. Oh, I almost forgot. Dad's coming back from his big trip today. I'm gonna tell him all about Zeros when he gets back. Oh my goodness, it's cool, right? It's so cute! Wait, cute? What? I've always wanted to become a witch, and what's a witch without a familiar? Oh, this papa is just perfect. Strong, clever, and loyal too. I think she's spoken. Hey, come on, let me have a turn. I want to pet the dog too. Oh, I can't stand the cuteness. It would be nice to have a fluffier one, but this'll do just fine. Harry Toshina, are you listening? Sorry, that's Cutwares. Get your own. Hey, come on and line up if you want to give head pats. Don't pet him all at once or you get tired. One at a time, okay? Well, I appreciate your concern, but he doesn't exactly get tired like a real dog would. That said, it's important to treat him with care. You have my thanks. I am the landlady after all. Ah, she's imitating her mom. Doesn't really have a presence for it yet, but no need to rain on her parade. Don't worry. I'll take good care of Zeros for you. Good luck at work, everyone. Just along for a ride, is he?
Welcome. Thanks for stopping by.
She really turned over a new leaf. The other day she was looking out her window with some binoculars and just taking the sights. I can't thank you enough, Katwa. You really helped her out. No need to thank me. I'm just happy to see her so interested in my work. As you should be. I hope this helps bring her out of her shell, if only a little bit.
Do you know what you want? I hope to see you again. Do you know what you... I hope to see you again.
These materials, the orbital system, what's all this for? Shard tech is one thing, but look at this. Nurse to goodness Mac in front of my very eyes. This is so exciting. Why is my nose bleeding? Whoa, easy there. Don't get too worked up now. Well, would you be interested in taking a look at Theo and Zeros perhaps? I wouldn't mind. Really? Sure, I imagine I'll be dropping by the store often anyway. He works with Max and he's attractive? Hey, Dios, give me strength. What? What? No vitamin D goes to a girl. Oh, this is it. Everything's going white. No, not yet. Not until I get to explore every nook and cranny of those beautiful machines. That's the spirit, kiddo.
Ask me anything. Really. Come again. Need something fixed? Hope to see you again soon.
You too.
Hey,
But really, he tried putting his slimy fingers on Judith? Judith? That filthy little horn dog. How dare he dash my hopes and dreams like that? Just bastard. What's he on about? Beats me, just leave him be, I guess.
Alrighty.
Alright. We talked to Marielle last episode. I'm happy to see Curtis is studying well. I'd expect no less from my son. I'm sure he'll pass Aramis' entrance exam with flying colors. And my husband's finally gotten his lazy bum to work too. Oh, I'm just over the moon. Come on, focus. Okay. Equation here, that cancels out, so the proof is like that. Yes, that's the answer. Oh, let's have to prove it. Alright, that's ahead of my pace too. I'm lightheaded. Worth it though. I didn't know one could get lightheaded just from studying. That's some incredible focus. It does happen. Hyperfocusing can leave you faint if you're not careful. Kid's got spirit, maybe a bit too much spirit. Not my place to micromanage him though.
okay.
Sometimes I play messenger between some of the other chapels in the city. Every time I visit one, I can't help feeling self-conscious about all my shortcomings and my own vices. I need to learn to be as devout as the other sisters. It seems like a classical case of you don't see their flaws as well as they do.
Always watching over us.
Oh, Bishop Watson. It's so nice to see you. It's been quite some time, hasn't it? I happen to be in the neighborhood on business, so I thought I'd stop by. You look like you've kept well, old friend. I have, yes. I can only hope Bishop Orwell is staying healthy himself. But this isn't the best place to converse, I believe. Let's retreat to my office. I've developed somewhat of a sweet tooth in my old age. Would you like a piece of this castella I just baked? You never cease to surprise. Sure, I'll indulge.
Well,
Bishop Watson and I go back to our training days in the Grand Cathedral. He's still busy as ever from what I've heard. Word has it he's serving as Bishop Orwell's assistant on quite a momentous assignment. I've much to talk about these days. Come, let me prepare some tea and castella for you. I'm no match for you, I'm afraid. Our clergymen are wonderful, wise beyond their years. The Grand Cathedral is in good hands. You should really drop by sometime. I'm sure Bishop Orwell would be delighted to see you. Ah, you have a Spriggan, right? I sometimes struggle to carry on. I don't know if this is the right thing to do. No matter how well my music sells, how much my audience entreats me, if only I could just... No, I can't. That's the way it has to be. He has much on his mind from the sound of it. Indeed, but it doesn't sound like he wants to talk to us about it. We all got our problems. Best not to stick our noses where they don't belong. Is this really alright?
Okay.
What do I do?
all right.
Say, why not take some...
Jazz is his first big gig at the end of the year, and then his new album comes out right after. So he's asked me to draw the cover jacket, but I don't know if I can pull it off. His music is some really emotional, profound stuff. No, bad thoughts. I can do this. If anyone knows Jazz in his style, it's his childhood buddy.
Say, why not take some flowers with you? I hope I see you again.
I managed to get some time off. Shocking, I know. I've worked up a lot of overtime lately, so I had some leverage. They're gonna use Jess's song as the opening for the EGC this year. That's about sets it in stone. He's the next big star of the music world. He's my little brother's best friend. He's stoic, he's reclusive, he's a bit awkward, but he has an incredible talent for music. I must see him as more than a friend, like something bigger? But I've been bottling up my feelings for him for so long. My heart is aching. Is it just not meant to be? I'm pretty sure it was suggested that Jess is gay previously. So...
Taking off now.
Well, if it isn't Van.
Well, this isn't Van, it's Crew. Welcome, dears, welcome. I'm entertaining some unusual guests for the moment. Though I think you three might already acquainted, no? Acquainted, yeah, but they sure ain't gonna be getting birthday cards from me. Gonna guess I stopped by for some info? Good try, darling, but you know I can't tell you that. I might be willing to relent this time. If you ask nicely, I might even be willing to tell you that they're here asking about A. You see, they have a sight set on a certain organization that A happens to be employing. Oh yeah? All of the garden's overseers got artifacts with them. It was a matter of time till the Septian Church sent someone over to try and recover those. Oh, you finally brought over that fresh new hire I've been hearing so much about. Quite Silesian, right? You're one of Professor Hamilton's students, aren't you, Tweety? That's right. You must be the Moddy. I've heard my fair share about you as well. Namely about how you're a reputable information broker. It's a pleasure. I'll be providing technical support from here on, so I'm at your service if ever the need arises. Oh, what a peach. Trust me, the pleasure's all mine. You've got a full litter of pups to watch over now, don't you, Van, dear? No more slacking off for you. Don't you have a cocktail to make or something? Don't worry, we all do our best to pull our own weight. As long as no one loses their head, I'm fine with slacking off a little. Yeah, we talked to him already, but okay. We also talked to the Graalsritter here. Lodi, That Selma girl I met recently has been enjoying running a lot. She looks like a kinda girl that won't stop once she gets her ball rolling. That's why I invited her to Jess's concert. I just hope it can be something else you enjoy just as much. You got a date? I have something important to share with you today, Miss Corona. What's up? Oh god, is this contract getting renewed? Please no. We're holding a Reader's Choice poll over the next week to determine what our most popular title is. There's a good chance Bravely Legends will be up among the top ranks. No, I'm certain it will be first, so let's make sure your next chapter is the best one yet. I actually thought I might do a nice uplifting chapter next. Got a storyboard here if you want to take a look. But what about the climactic fight against the evil organization? I thought it might be nice to ease off a gas a little story-wise. I could certainly use a break. I might be overstepping here, but don't you think this isn't the best time to diverge from the plot? Me to see Mia rescued from an enemy's clutches at least. And this is Helma. Just a bit more than I can call it a day. I don't want to risk missing the concert tonight. Lodi invited me to see this up-and-coming artist named Jess. But first a shower. Last thing I want to do is show up there all sweaty. I'm looking forward to the Revolution Festival next month, but what do you say you two come pay me a visit in Crossplay after the next year? I hear they're playing the new Mishi movie in the theaters here in the Republic. I'd love a chance to take Amiya to Michelin Wonderland. That sounds nice. I myself am interested in Crossplay's dolls and its theater. I just never had the chance to visit because of a tumult. You're just as focused on art as always, Nadia. I can't say I've seen much when it comes to dolls lately. But Archon is much more interesting than the movies. I bet even Amiya will have a blast. Oh, I heard about Archon in Sunday school. They say the action scenes of dancing are so cool, they don't even use special effects like in the movies. Oh, you want to see them too, Amiya? You've grown so much. And here I thought you'd only want to go to Michelin Wonderland because of Mishi and Boots. Well, about Mishi, Coolio, that movie, how can I put it? Amiya went to go see it with some friends the other day. Isn't that right, sweetie? Am I missing something? I thought it would be a good idea to bring my family for a visit now the tension has calmed down between Crossplay and the Empire. But I guess not. I thought Mishi was all the rage with girls Amiya's age. Oh well, it's not like Michelin's all there is to see in Crossplay. It'd still be worth it to have them visit. The high tensions between us and the Empire made it so we couldn't visit Coolio after he went there. I guess that's just part of a job when you're a diplomat. Coolio's always been very passionate about other countries. Only naturally you want to share that passion with us. I really hope some of his worldliness will rub off on our daughter. I'd love a chance to get to meet some new artists and visit foreign museums. No, I wasn't scared of Mishi in that movie. It was just, anyway, I'm really excited to visit Crossplay. We'll be going after the Revolution Festival. It's gonna be my first time seeing Daddy's workplace, I think. I've never seen him work. She was scared of Mishi?
Oh, good stuff right here.
The new menu I came up with is selling like crazy, just as I planned. Soon the top spot among Riverseid food stalls will be ours. No, not yet. If you aim for the top, there's one hurdle we must still overcome. That mobile bar people talk about is my next target. I think I've seen it before. It's that food truck that shows up here sometimes, yeah? I go have a look-see next time they're here. Primo's new recipes are a total hit. Man, I've never seen our sales go higher. I wasn't so sure about all her new ideas, but oh boy, I'm sure glad I gave her a chance. And all the better, cause those sales are paying off her paycheck. We're actually barely breaking even.
Alrighty. Take as long as you need.
That's pretty bad, right?
I'll be waiting for
If
you.
you're having high sales and just barely break even? I've been thinking about it constantly for the past few days. We've only got one thing left now. And it's to tear it up even harder next time we take a stage. Let's prove to the label that idols can be successful. That way I won't even think about disbanding us. We've got a new origin song ready to rip. Let's make sure it's a smash hit. Yeah, you said it. Lulua's all wishful thinking. I wish it was that easy. But either way, we're out of options. This is our last shot, so we've got to make it count. Let's practice for a bit more. Make sure everything's perfect. All we need is for 50 people to show up. Oh, okay. I'll talk to my neighbors again and see if I can come. Made friends with my bus driver and manager at work, so I invite them too. I'm counting you. I handle the music side of things. I know a pretty popular singer, so I might be able to ask for help there. Got no choice of running thin on options here. I'm trying my best out there, Graham. I'm slaying those corners, getting better at staying in my lane, but my Kabul won't cut it against those darned high bloods. I hear you, Jennifer. Just take a deep breath. Jennifer's still pretty wound up about losing that race. Goes to show she's taking things seriously at least. It's not skill that's holding her back, it's her car. She's a great driver in her own right, but there's not a lot to really be done when it comes to her car. Her Kabul's no slouch, but it's still being left in the dust despite all the work she's put into it. At that point, all you can really do is get a new ride. Or maybe... we might not need to give it up just yet. I got my baby back. Oh, leave it to Bradley to work his magic. It's like she never left my side. It's also like the dirt never left my side. Jeez, he couldn't have at least cleaned her up a bit. She's filthy. Man, that made me sound like a total jerk. I'll give my baby a good wash. My baby came back to me, my sweet, sweet baby. You're a sight for sore eyes. I'll give you a big smooch and never let you go. I get that they fixed their cars and everything, but they don't gonna make such a big deal about it. Hey now, don't make a scene in front of a shop. And be careful out on the road.
What'll it come again?
Goddess Arusha.
Calvert's Revolution Festival is fast approaching, now only a month away. We need to start preparations on our end in concordance with Edith Grand Cathedral and the other chapels. It's a very special day to all the citizens of our country. The Central East temples will be joining where prayer services offered. Feel free to participate if you're so inclined. We've got Sunday school today. Did you both finish your homework? Yep, I got a worksheet right here with me. Nope, I didn't even bring my worksheet. That's not something you should be proud of, Erla. Hey, you wanna copy mine? Yeah. I hope Erla's mom doesn't get mad at her again. Wait, why am I worried about her? I did my homework, but Erla didn't. I'm letting her copy mine. I wonder if it's okay for her to do that. Does she ever study? You're fun, Lolo. You can come to me whenever you need to. I don't know if you're gonna get along, but we gotta try. There's someone upstairs still. Well then, I'd better start preparing for today's lesson. Travel to a Blacklight District via the subway service path? Sure.
Don't think I've seen you before.
Guess I'll check out the arena.
My hops get pretty good reviews. I promise you have a good time. Just take them in moderation, of course. And be careful who you do business with. Plenty of bad actors here in Edith who sell you dirty stuff. It can get you in real trouble. For a while I remember A was trafficking these shady steroids. Guys say it's really good when you take it, but it wrecks you in the long run. I'd stay clear of that stuff if I were you.
What will it be? I'll be seeing you.
Before I came here, I used to think that Blacklight District was the absolute rock bottom in Edith, just a terrible place. But living down here changed my outlook. It's abrasive. Weird, definitely. But you know, it's kinda comfy. I can take on clients on my own pace, I don't have to worry about the cops. Life here is good, in its own weird way. You just need street smarts down here. You gotta make sure you don't get tangled up with the wrong people. But hey, I can deal with that. Word on my street is the big ace finally cooling off. It's been about 2 weeks since we were last around. Maybe we're finally pulling out of Edith for good? And good riddance, I say. I can finally get back to business if I'm gone. I just remembered. There were these gangsters who came up to my shop a while ago, looking for some strange antique. Hindsight says they might have been working for A. Makes you wonder who's been pulling the strings behind all this. Even I can't say for certain.
I've got some fine wares for sale. Ha! Best come again soon.
Today I'm mostly up to Altair for a little business negotiation. I've got to set the stage just right. That means triple checking my schedule, arranging gifts and favors, the whole nine yards. Maybe I should include little notes too. New Year's is almost here. I'm sure they'd appreciate the goodwill. He sounds perfectly polite and thoughtful, but I don't want to even think about what he'd put on those notes. Yeah, I feel sorry for the poor schmucks he's working with.
Welcome. Thank you for coming. We await your next visit.
Let's talk if you've got a minute.
Who are you, lady? I've never seen you before. Lady, are you talking about me? No, I'm a guy. Really? You're so pretty. I thought you were a lady. That's okay. Hey, will you hug me and pick me up, please? Sorry, I'll have to pass. This place just gets weirder and weirder. You'd think this kid would have learned to be more careful around strangers. He's really taking a liking to you, hasn't he? That's so sweet. Mr. Dingo knows so many cool stories. I want to be just like him when I grow up. I'm gonna travel all over the world and meet a ton of people. And I'm gonna give everybody big old hugs. Damn, not a peep from your channels, huh? That's pretty surprising. Sorry about that. All I can tell you is that it's not coming from Messeldom. I don't know what specifically you're trying to dig up, but if you're gonna try and find some other informants yourself, you'd better be careful. Oh, hey Vespergen. Hey Van, didn't know you guys were down here. Doing a little onboarding for your latest hire, looks like. Kinda, voice just a temp. Pleased to meet you, Mr. Brett. My name is Kato Salesian. I heard plenty about you from my colleagues. From what I gather, you've lent your talents to both the Institute of Science and the Verne Company on several occasions. Yeah, I exchange intel for their inside scoops every now and then. I scratch their back, they scratch mine. So wait, you're the kid that Hamilton... Is something the matter? What's up, got word from a grapevine about him? No, not exactly, just remind me of an old scoop I'd forgotten about. At any rate, I heard you pulled your own weight out there in Basel. That's real impressive for a kid your age. If you can already hang with Van and his ragtag bunch, you'll do fine at the solutions office. Thank you, of course I put my all into my work here. I'd heard he was handsome, but seeing in person is really something else. As a real lady killer, I'd give him maybe a 7 out of 10. Better than my boss though, I'll give him that much. I think you're perfectly handsome too, Van. It's alright, Agnes, you don't have to try and pity this poor ugly old geezer. He's just too far gone. How about you though? Out investigating something? I know you went out on your date with your little gal pal. Oh, you ran into Marielle, did you? Yeah, I had to scram. Although I did recommend she hit the bathhouse, so her time out wasn't a total wash. What's up? Sounded like you had more to say. Is everything okay? Sorry, just lost in thought. I'm following a lead at the moment. Nothing solid yet, but yeah. I might actually have to hit you up later if that's okay. You might know a thing or two about it. Fine with me. You know my door's always open for you. Having a guy like you in my line of work is a real cheat code. I always lend you a hand. Agreed. Please, don't hesitate to come talk to us. Especially now that we have extra hands to help. Thanks. I'll let you guys know if I end up needing outside help on it. I was a Northern Jäger in another life. That's the only reason I have any connections at all. But I'm done with that business now. I only hear the occasional whisper from my friends in both circles. That's still valuable info regardless. It's good that you're sharing it. I try to do the same with my info so that we all benefit. Which I appreciate. You don't try to leech off of me like some other men do. Anyway, there's no going back to where I came from. This is my home. I gotta just find a way to hack it down here. I heard her mention the Northern Jägers. That must mean she's Northumbrian. The place is still real poor for obvious reasons. They finally broke off from Erebonia last year, but they ain't exactly had it easy since then. My hands are too dirty after all those years. A girl like me doesn't belong on the surface. And I couldn't go back to the Northern Jägers even if I wanted to. They all broke up. I just gotta lie low and make it work down here. I can't just think for myself anymore anyway. Gotta take care of Yotta too. Not to change the subject, but it sounds like Busraider beat you guys to the punch the other day. The thing with Judith Lanster? Yeah, that they did. Our editor gave me an earful about it. But, well, they beat us fair and square. Nothing I can do about that. Now we just wait and see if the report actually holds water. You said it. She's a ditz with capital double D. But I just don't see her pulling some midnight tryst for a dope like him. I can see him doing it though, the horn dog. You got that right. I imagine the truth is somewhere in the middle and we'll happen upon it soon enough. If there's anything this job taught me, it's that the truth tends to show itself right when you least expect it. You might be onto something there. That just your intuition talking, or are you keeping secrets again? Like with that kiddie case back in the spring? You knew what was up and you still kept your mouth shut. I haven't forgotten that, you know. Oh, let go of that already. I just didn't want to interject myself into that whole debacle. Nothing more to it. Huh. Is it me or does Van seem to loosen up around him? They talk to each other like they're brothers. I believe Mr. Kincaid is older than him too. He might be the youngest in his old friend group. But I guess he's close enough to Dingo that they talk more like brothers. Ha! What a hypocrite. Treats us lackeys like they're all little kids, only turn around and baby himself with this guy. Anyway, I got a jet. I have some investigation work to wrap up this evening. You know, you guys have really been making waves with all the work you're doing. Just don't burn yourself out, okay? Same to you, bro. Work at everything, yeah?
some reading material.
If my math's right, the warrant they have out for me should expire after 3 years. It's been 2 years into stabbing, so just a little more time and then I can leave. Leave and live a life full of love again. I'd really love to go to a cafe up on the surface and enjoy a nice drink. Soon I finally can. Just have to be patient and hang in there a little longer. There's so many scary people down here, and none of the shops here are all that trendy. It stinks, really stinks. But I have to be patient. I can do this. I'm so close. I can taste the freedom to love whoever I want, however I want.
What'll you have today?
Gift for Hermes.
Thanks for coming.
Strange posse you're running with.
Those are mother bastards. They hit our hideout and nailed our top brass. Doc, you gotta come see them. They're on the outskirts of town. We're deep shit here. Outskirts, so he's not inside Edith proper? I can do house calls, but they don't come cheap. I want $1 million up front per person, and then let's say $3 million for each treatment. Does that sound good to you boys? What? You want $4 million a person? You're trying to bankrupt us, you money-grabbing bitch. If you don't want to pay, fine. There are plenty of other doctors out there you can turn to instead. Take it or leave it, boys. This is an awfully tense place to be. You can cut the tension with a knife. Yeah, those mafia goons are always trouble. Just look the other way and move along. I get those sorts of clients all the time lately, though still not as much as before. Ever since my mother rose up the food chain, I've had the victims lining up for blocks outside my door. Can't help but wonder how much my services are really needed though. Really, I'm just some black market quack who's fallen from grace, huh?
They're all specially made. Always be careful when and how much you use.
For real? Seriously?
Hey, gorgeous. Why don't you stop and chat?
You know what's great about the Blacklight District? The sun never rises on this place. It's always nighttime out here, and that means party time. So sit that butt down and drink until you drop. And you're not the only one who's invited. All of you should stay here and have some fun. Take it from me, you'll be glad you did.
All my stuff is to die for.
Potentially,
See you
literally.
later, handsome.
I like it. Come on, step right up. See what I got.
Let me tell you, our girls here have the best tips you've ever seen, guaranteed. They know how to buck and twist them just right, and the sounds they make with those silky smooth voices of theirs. Now, doesn't that just sound steamy? Come on in and take a look. We're always happy to give you a little taste of what our girls can do.
What do you think? Fantastic stuff, right? Can't wait to see you again.
Content them. Sorry. Well, I'll be damned, Spriggan. Word on the streets that you folks tussle with Valmata's crew out in Basil. Ha! Don't you play coy with me. You got the underworld talking. Not even Marduk had to get their hands dirty. Hope you realize what kind of hornet's nest you've gone and shook. You ain't careful, you have a one-way ticket to an early grave.
What'll it be? Come again.
Alrighty.
In a previous life of mine, I used to sell all kinds of stuff. Money was good, job was easy, nothing felt better than swindling whatever poor bastard walked into my shop. I've been on something of a hiatus from all that, but I just love to get back into the swing of things given a chance. Hey there, come on and have some fun. Just don't get too naughty. Alright? To think it's been 8 years since I pretty much washed up here. Time really flies, doesn't it? I broke my back getting this far, but now I've got all this to show for it. I can count on my harem to get the job done. they're what keep me around. I can't bring myself to retire from this business when I've still got all of them. And how could I ever forget Tracy? That man lives for his job. I can trust him with just about anything. He's reeled in some fine customers in his time, and that motivates me to keep this place spick and span so they all walk away satisfied.
Boss is gonna yell at you.
Okay. But looking at the time, I'll probably make a cut here, and we continue with this next time. Until then, I'm Mace, and don't get lost.